Hey, hey, you guys. Doing another little quick little 2 3 minute video. I think these are kind of good because it keeps it short. That way I don't repeat myself. But anyway, there was so much I wanted to talk about. But as I get to uncovering layers, I watch a lot of stuff. I take keywords and information, key names, project names, whatever, and I go and I research that stuff. I don't just do a Wikipedia search because a lot of that shit's not accurate. But I just go into a lot of different things. Like I've been on like the radiation stuff, and the rabbit hole goes deep. And I don't think a fraction of the American population or the world population for that matter, but definitely American population really know exactly what's going on. And if you did know, you'd be rioting in the streets. But there is a world within this world. There's a government within our government. There's the government we know, and then there's another secret government. Um, Everything that has been happening, for the most part, has been staged. Period. And it's not something in just recent years. You can't even really, when you start to really dig deep, you know that it has nothing to do with particular presidents, because there is that hidden agenda that we don't know that each president has to follow once they get into office. So people of late want to be mad at Obama, then people Bush, and then Trump. Actually, even Trump is carrying out orders that has been um, put in place before he even set foot in office that has nothing to do with Obama. It has everything to do with the quote unquote shadow government. Um, the world is ran by elitists, people who are in these secret occults and or these secret societies, and this shit dates back to even the founding fathers, quote unquote. So there is definitely a hidden agenda that has been progressing for a very long time, for hundreds of years, and they're in phases. You know, freeing the slaves were intentional. The Civil War was intentional. Um, all of our wars were intentional. All of our boogeymans are intentional boogeymans. Now they got it to the point where they got us so shook where it's that ever menacing boogeyman. They create a an issue, and there and we give up something in return, just like 9/11. They created a boogeyman. Okay, we all know that our government had very much to do with that, but they created a boogeyman. Uh, and after that, certain laws were passed on the American people. Right now, they have them Hispanics, Venezuelans, and stuff like that as the boogeyman. Hitler did it. He did the same thing. He had the Jews be the boogeyman for things that were out of the Jews' control. It's the same concept, and this is like I don't know. I don't know if you want to say war tactic or just the tactic of the powers that be that control and run everything. But Hitler did the same thing. As far as this whole global new world order, elitist, blah 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 blah. People are now jumping on it. People now see it, but unfortunately, it's too fucking late because the shit's been playing out for at least the last 100 years in phases, and each decade and each administration, there's different phases that are parts of the phase or parts of the plan, if you will, that are enacted or played out. Um, we was going into every time we go into somewhere. you know, oh, we need to stabilize, we need to go help these people. Da, 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 da. And there's a reason for it, an underlying reason for it. But they got crisis actors and shit like that. That you start to over there in the Middle East and stuff that we paid so that we, we're bullies, we're instigators, to instigate so we could say, oh, we need to go help them people or we need to go stop these particular people. We all know that Saddam Hussein didn't have weapons of mass destruction. That was a lie. They investigated, that was a lie. There was other times in history where our the people who are supposed to govern have lied for their own secret agenda that has been playing out. Okay? And it has nothing to do with one president. Every president is in office. They are playing their part in this secret agenda that we don't know about. But on the surface, they create boogeymans. As far as the global thing, yeah, we were in there, Venezuela and all that, and in what's that, Colombia and all that shit, and 30, 40 years ago, destabilizing their country, just like we went into certain parts of Middle East, destabilizing those countries. We already know. Well, one of them we get opium, drugs from. Okay, you can see it as you know, um, right, race. The whole white thing was invented in what 1671 or something like that. It was intentionally invented. I'll give you another example of destabilizing. Okay, they flooded, and this is no secret. So you can say it's some bullshit if you want to. Just it's already been, there's papers on this shit now. They're starting to talk about it. Why? Because it's too fucking late, right? So they were pushing drugs into the black communities across America in the 80s, and then turned around and made it look in the public like, oh, you know, uh, look at these, black people, they're doing all this stuff to then they had the reason to round us up. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? Even though they were the ones that was putting the shit in our communities to begin with. I gotta go. But I'll probably talk a little bit more about this topic a little bit later or some other day. But the world is not what we say think it is, and the wall is not really for what they say it's for. It's really not for that, but they're getting us to fear so that we can get the wall built. But we have demons on this side of the wall. We have people with a hidden agenda on this side of the wall, though.